Conservative groups like Freedom Works continue to support those aggressive protests at Democratic congressional town meetings on health care. Conservative activist Max Pappas, love that name, is the vice president for public policy at a group called Freedom Works. You're a lobbyist?
No, I'm not.
Well, how do you, you're here lobbying. I mean, you're lobbying Washington, you're pushing a point of view. How come you're not a lobbyist? I mean, how come you don't have to register?
We're a 501c3.
Oh, you're nonpartisan?
We're also a 501c4.
You're nonpartisan?
Nonprofit.
And this is, we're supposed to take this for real, that you guys are nonpartisan? When you're spending all your time destroying a Democratic health care plan? How many people are on your payroll? DreamWorks, FreedomWorks, whatever it's called.
18.
18 employees. And how do you organize these meetings? These when people do like the Acorn type meetings where they show up at
mostly through the internet.
You know?
Yeah, we've got about 400,000 online members who we can contact with an email database that we have. Send them information about when the town halls are. Give them briefings on the healthcare reform plans.
But you're basically plotting this stuff.
We're telling our
people aren't spontaneously getting up in the morning, reading the paper, go, I better go to the congressman's meeting. I'm all upset about health care.
Oh, no, we tell them when the events are.
Republicans say they have alternatives, but they never push them when they're in power. I keep asking these Republicans to come on, we got alternatives. I say, well, why don't you ever push them through when you're in power? Then we won't have the Democrats saying nothing's been done.
That was a huge failure of the Bush administration.
Are they saying just say no to reforms that stop people from being denied coverage for pre-existing conditions? Are they saying just say no to portability, the ability to change jobs and keep the same health care plan? What are they saying no to? Do they really know, or is it just what you guys feed them?
No, I think they know something about
what do they know
the four pieces of legislation that have passed out of committee in Congress.
What do you folks in Freedom Works want to do for the 40-some million people that don't have health insurance? What are you going to do for them? I mean, just tell it. If it's nothing, say nothing. No, but are you saying there's no problem with people not being insured in this country?
No, I'm saying there's about 16 million who we should probably focus on trying to find a way to lower the cost of health insurance so we can get them insurance.
But why don't the Republicans ever do that when they're in power? Why don't you do it? Does Cato Institute or Freedom Works ever pushed a bill to help those 16 million? When did you do it?
Sure. Senator DeMint had a bill.
Senator DeMint?
Yeah.
Senator DeMint is an activist for health care. He is the most anti-government, conservative guy in the world, and you're saying he had an activist program to do something for the uninsured. Well, you want it both ways. You want to be seen as compassionate, but not do anything.
Let us buy insurance over state lines.
Okay, you've had Reagan in charge. You've had George Bush first in charge. You had 2 terms of George Bush Jr. And no time in that have I had somebody come on this show or anywhere else saying, we have to get a Republican health care plan to help uninsured people get insured. You guys are frauds.
We were as disappointed as you are.
Where was the we?
We're pushing them to do
this. Guy's the only guy since Truman with a chance to get a health care plan, and you guys are trying to kill it.
We think he's going in the wrong direction.
You're trying to kill the only plan on the table. I should be nice with you, but I disagree with your whole crowd. Let's start in Florida with Everett Wilkinson. Who are the Patriots and who aren't the Patriots, sir?
Well, the Patriots are the Americans that are coming out to the Tea Parties.
And who are the non-patriots in this country?
Well, I wouldn't classify anyone as non-patriots, but...
Well, who isn't a patriot? You've listed who is. Who isn't? Who isn't one of your crowd that believes in the right things?
The ones that are spending future generations' money, those are the non-patriots.
Well, did you go after Bush when he was in 8 years of doubling the national debt, when he created TARP, when he saved AIG, when he did all those bailouts last fall? Were you marching and holding tea parties then? I'm just wondering why all of a sudden the tumult, just because there's a Democratic president. What did you do about the doubling of the national debt under Bush? What did you do personally?
Well, I actually supported candidates and policies to reduce it. So
yeah. So you were against Bush as president?
I was against the fiscal policies.
What about this war in Iraq, this war of choice? Were you for that? I always thought that was beyond the bounds of what I thought was conservatism, which is, you know, look out for the United States, defend us, but don't get too adventurous about changing the world.
I'm an American. You know,
well, so am I,
Chris,
and so is everybody watching. That's where it's being broadcast in America.
I, like most Americans, you know, we're independent, and we're looking at policies, not politicians.
But where are you in the war in Iraq? Was it the right thing for American interests? American interests, was it the right thing to do, or did we get bogged down in another third world country where we're trying to teach them Thomas Jefferson, and the minute we're gone, the books will be thrown out the window? Your thoughts? My thoughts are that it was the right thing. Pardon? I know, but was it the right move to go in and start that war, invade that country and take it over?
You know, I think it was, because we were under attack, and we would be looking at Al-Qaeda, you know, forming camps and dealing with another Iran situation that we have now. So,
you know,
so
you didn't give it much thought, in other words.
Chris, is about
you didn't give it much thought, because you just said Iraq attacked us. They never attacked us. You just went along with the Republican president. So you come off as a libertarian, as an independent fellow, but the minute I ask you a tough question about policy and life or death or war or peace, you say, I followed the politicians. That's not in your character. You're an independent American patriot, and now you're using as your defense. You went along like a lemming with the politicians. You know that's not what you believe.
You know, on 9/11, we had to come together as a country and defend our country and do what was right.
What did Iraq have to do with what?
The attack on the World Trade Center.
Nothing.
I think we would have supported it if it would have been a Democrat president or independent or Republican.
Okay. Thank you, buddy. Mr. Everett Wilkinson, thank you for coming on Hardball. You stood your ground. Well, let's go through that. Let's do some real serious work here for a minute. The Republican president, George W. Bush, and I agree with you, I thought he was doing a great job after 9/11 for a while there. I thought going after bin Laden was dynamite, and I was with the 90%. Let's go get that bastard. I'm all for that. But he never vetoed a single spending bill by the Republican Congress. Where were you each time? Each time he didn't veto, he let them spend the money on the pork and the earmarks and all that crap. Where were you guys?
Well, where I was and where I wasn't.
Were you out there marching, holding Tea Party meetings?
No, we weren't at that point because we were just getting extremely ticked off.
We weren't protesting anything. We were celebrating this country and vowing to protect its Constitution.
But Mark, what you're saying makes sense to me here when I'm hearing what you say, but then I read on your blog, you say you call the president an Indonesian Muslim turned welfare thug and a racist in chief. I mean, is that the kind of...
That's the way he's behaving.
Do you believe he's Muslim? Do you really believe he's a welfare thug?
He's certainly acting like it.
You think he's a racist in chief?
I mean, this president...
Racist in chief? Is that what you call it?
Until he embraces the whole country. What else can I conclude? He and guys like James are totally isolating the rest of this country. If you're a working class American, then, you know, that's it.
I tell you, if you're an American and you like what you're hearing from this guy, if you like celebrating a man's death, go over there with these people.
What man's death am I celebrating, James?
You keep...
How did you get on this Kennedy thing?
Because there are 1,000 signs, over 1,000 signs.
James, it's awful hard to take. James, it's awful hard.
For a great nation to be engaged in these sort of bread and circuses kind of thing, as I think, you know, has real dangers to it.
Mark, do you think that is that Mark?
And this has nothing at all to do with healthcare, other than healthcare has become the metaphor for all the odoriferous socialist policies that are being rammed down our throats by this president, or that he's trying to ram down our throat. If you think this is about health care, then you're missing the entire point. This is Americans being attacked by their own government.
But when you're calling a guy a welfare Indonesian Muslim or something like that, there's not much... Thug, yeah. Well, okay, or Nazi, there's not much room to negotiate there, folks.
James, thanks for fire up my base. I appreciate it.
I think they're fired up, Hoss. You got them.
I'll tell you this, James, the American...
Article.